Yo, what's up? I ain't gonna make this too long. I know everybody been up all night, all day, listening to some good boxing talk. Shout out to my bro Southern T for dropping a hot topic on what's going on and what's really behind the stall on Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence getting it on for undisputed at 147 pounds. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk y'all in on something a little different. This been on my mind. I just lost a brother this past Saturday. Not a blood brother, but damn sure a brother. And we all know that you don't have to be blood related to be family. And this was really a little bro to me. We've been brothers for over 30 years. And I just wanted to talk about what the topic is. The streets, they will retire you or they will tire you out. And what I mean by that is simply this, people, is that we know what comes with the streets. A lot of things come with the streets. From selling drugs to being a stick up guy, um, just all type of you know just all type of negative things that happen, that goes on in the streets and with the street life, fast money, things like that, fast sex life and blah blah blah. And I lost my bro, and he was the type of guy that lived by the gun and most likely was going to die by the gun. Sad reality is that what happened to him, that he actually died by the gun this past Saturday, right at the top of my block, where he once grew up at. And I was talking to his wife about it, his widow, and they were together for 10 years. And she's really heartbroken. There's a lot of things that she don't know. There's a lot of things she do know. She didn't know everything about my bro past, but she knew just about everything that was going on in his current life up until his final day. And we was talking, and she was asking me if I, heard anything about, what took place with the situation, because it's mind boggling to her that her husband got done the way that he did. And even though she understands that you live by the gun, die by the gun, most of the time is the rule that a lot of people who are in the street life, especially males, that's they ending. Most of the time, some of them are able to get out the game and and pay for what they did in other ways, and some actually go out by the way that they was living that life, and we have to prepare ourselves for that. you know um no matter who it may be. It can be your son, it can be your husband, your brother, your cousin, your best friend, or whatever. But we have to prepare ourselves for those situations, and understand that when it comes to one of our loved ones who is living that type of life, that most likely is a chance that they may die in those streets. And we all wish and hope that they don't. Sometimes they do, but you write your own ending, far as I'm concerned, because you have your own mind, and only you can control what you do. You know what I mean? Some people feel as though that we're actually not thinking off our own, you know, off our own thoughts and workage of the brain. But I'll get into that another time. But yeah, the street life, it will tire you out or it will retire you. And what I mean by retire you is that you would die in the streets. What I mean by tire you out is that you just completely get away, or you just say, you know what, I give up, and how I'm gonna how I go is the way that I'm gonna go. And a lot of us, we don't know that be in people's minds. We know we have these friends and so forth, and there may be some of us that's out there that live by the blades of the gun. But at the same time, in that mindset, those people, us, we get tired. The streets would tire you out. It just doesn't mean that just don't go for women. You know, they say the females are for the streets. You know, they just giving it up all over the place. That just don't go for them. That go for the males just as well. These streets will tire you out to a point when you just say, fuck it. And you really put yourself in position for your final demise. I hope that's not going over your head. I'm going to say that again. The streets would tire you out, make you so tired that you just say, I'm out of this completely, never taking a peek at it again, a sniff, a holler, or say, you know what, man, I ain't going to be walking around these streets with my guard on. However it's going to be, it's going to be. And that be the mindset of some of these men that's in that street life, that's playing, that's living by the gun and dying by the gun. You know, and we sit there, we on the receiving end because we lost someone that we love so much. And then we mad. A lot of us get mad and we want that get back at the person who did it. Even though, let's just say if it was for a right reason, let's just be honest right here. I have friends and things, people such sorts that did all type of fucked up shit. I had a homie. He just did 85% of the people in his life he just did dirty. I'm serious. And I knew at some point in time he was going to have to pay for those things. And he did. So when his last day came, you know, I took it hard. And I took it hard because the love and the respect that we have for one another. But also took it hard because the reality was, damn, my man be doing some shit. It's going bound to catch up with him. All right. And what I noticed with my brother, with my bro, and actually he's being laid out hours from now. But what I noticed about my bro, he was different the last few days leading up to his death. He was him, but it wasn't a normal him. It was, I can't explain, but it was him, but it was like, it was a whole different feeling that you got when you looked at him and when you was around him. You know, when you could feel something, you just feel it, but you don't know exactly what's going to happen. how it's going to happen and exactly when it's going to happen, but you know there's something right. And he stayed away from the neighborhood for years because a lot of people had hate for bro. You know, they didn't like him, and was hating all these other things. But it got to a point to where you know it's time to get up out of here. Let me put it that way. You know, and get out of here. Don't even come back down and don't even go back there no more. Those type of things. That type of situation. And from time to time he would come through there, but it would really just be for a couple minutes, literally 5 or 10 minutes at the most, and he'd go about his business. And it started a week ago on my birthday, last Wednesday on my birthday, which I would cherish because it was one of the last 2 days out of the last 4 days of his life that we were around each other. And now some of the time with each other, it wasn't the best because we actually got into a little disagreement about something, but we didn't hold a grudge, but we didn't necessarily, blow it off. We didn't necessarily say, okay, it's all good, but we knew it was good. But when I seen him, he was him, but everything about him was just extra. Everything that's his norm was extra. Type of bro, y'all know how it is. You got a homie or whatever like that, they one of them street boys, a lot of them, they like to smoke their herb or they like to do other things, pop their pills, take the syrup or whatever like that. And my bro, he was one of those type of dudes that pop them pills, take syrup and drink and smoke. You see what I'm saying? And so everything about him was extra that day. From when I seen him on my birthday until Saturday when he got killed at the top of my block. And I was just worried. And I even told, his peeps like he needed to go get some rest, and it wasn't right. Something just wasn't right. You know what I mean? And come Saturday, this past Saturday evening, I just went in the house, and maybe about 5 minutes later, but maybe no, a little longer than that. I'm gonna say 10 to 15 minutes later, right after I went in the house to get prepared to go out, I heard the gunshots. Did just like anybody else, go to the door. I ran out the door. I looked up the block, and I didn't see nobody outside. So I said, shit, let me get to the top of the block because last thing I remembered, that bro and some of the homies from the neighborhood was at the top of the block, sitting on the steps next to the store. So when I get down to the corner and when I get to the store, the glass is out and I seen someone laying there and it was my bro. And the only thing I could do, I was like, damn, like what the fuck? And that's all I could do. I walked away after that. I didn't want my son coming outside and seeing what was going on because it kind of bothered him about it. He's pretty shook about it. And it just made me think, what I mean by the part that the streets would tire you out when you just get to the point where you like, man, fuck it. And I really think that was his mindset. And because from time to time, he talked about it. I'm pretty sure y'all might have had the same conversation with someone, you know, a loved one of yours that's in the streets. And you know, it is tiring, you know, all you know, trying to duck and dodge the law, you know, making money. You gotta duck the law, try to make some money, don't create any enemies. You see what I'm saying? Haters, worry about haters. Enemies, you know, things like that, and everything else that comes with it. So try to deal with all that, and you out there, um, and that's your job. That's your 9 to 5. That's your 7 to 11. That's your 24/7. Just like anything else, or just like any other job or anything, it puts wear and tear on you. And that life is fast because it's always constantly moving. So over time and over the years, that will make you tired. And then when you have the other things on top of that, when you go on a war, you know, when you gotta bust your gun and defend yourself, or you want to bust your gun and to take over somebody's shit. You see what I'm saying? Or whatever reason you busting your gun. And you try to make sure that whatever you did to someone, that same thing don't happen to you that night or the next day, and so forth and so forth and so forth. And these things make you tired because you have to think about all these things in your head from the very first time you shot somebody. You understand what I'm saying? From the very first time you shot somebody, or even if you kill somebody, that shit be in your head. So when you constantly out there doing that, and you know you gotta walk something down and this, that, and the other, every single situation stays in your mind. It's there. You can't forget it. You don't want to forget it because you yourself, if you are that, then you don't want to forget anything that you did, because you feel as though that the moment that you forget something, then you're an easy target, meaning that now you're not paying attention. You see what I'm saying? And somebody would creep you. So you know all these things. And I mean, we do have emotional vibrations. So you're going to have some sort of conscious about what you have done. You understand what I'm saying? What's up, Ghost? You're going to have a conscience about what you've done. So these people, they do have a conscience. And we say, man, that motherfucker ain't got no conscience. That motherfucker, he run down on people. They still have a conscience, because it's going to mess with their mental. So this puts wear and tear on you also. So when you add all these things up, and you out there for years, people, and people been out in you know, playing in these streets for years, for decades, 20, 30 years. Some people their whole entire life. Just like basketball was Kobe Bryant's and Michael Jordan's life. Just like boxing was Floyd Mayweather's life. This was the life. Everyday life. And just like everybody had to get up and prep their shit and craft their shit, the same thing applies for when you're in those streets. So at a point in time, the streets will run you down. And you like, damn, man, all the shit that I did, you know, different times I spent time in jail, the money I made, the money I spent, the time motherfuckers fuck my money up, times when I robbed them up, all this shit. You gotta take it all. You're gonna get tired. It makes you age fast, especially when you ain't taking care of your body. And then we wonder why these younger people look older so fast. It's because they live in a very fast life. You know, and they doing things that the body is not mature enough for yet. It's just not, safe for the body if you're going overkill with it. And at that point, when you say, you know what, it is what it is. And when my homie came back home, he was told, not from people that was after him, but from everybody that love him and that he loved. Like, listen, bro, get from down here. You didn't survived a lot of shit. You know, you didn't got court cases down here. You know what I mean? You got shot down here, then shot people down here. Like, we got love for you, bro. Just, you gonna still stay in the mix, man. Get from down here, man. Too much. And you stayed away. And he always said, man, I don't want to be down there because I'm going to fuck around, had to kill somebody, or somebody going to kill me. So every day that I seen him from Wednesday up until Saturday, like I said, everything about him was excellent. He was high every single day. He was not sober. Not one time I seen him. My birthday was cool because I was with my bro and I was with some day ones. So that was good enough for me. And we did what we did. We had a fucking powwow. You know what I mean? And that even on that day, that's when we had a little disagreement because I seen that, he was zooted. You know what I'm saying? And he get those pills and perks put people in a certain mood. Xannies put people in a certain mood. I don't know which one he had, but he was on. And he's hard to talk to. You know what I'm saying? And he get kind of like a nasty demeanor, and then he just not in control of himself. He's making a scene. He's loud. He's out there like it's the 80s and the 90s, talking about I got this, I got that for sale. Like, man, can't operate like that, especially if you're still selling drugs. You got to actually be on the corner. You don't need to be out there. But his whole demeanor was bad, and I was worried because I'm like, yo, I don't know if I could be around bro all day, but something ain't right. Know me, I can deal with it, but something ain't right. But we got through that day, but I told his wife, because she was looking for him. I was like, yo, he need to go get some fucking rest. He need to sleep for some days. This is what I said to his wife. So his wife, Belle might say she threw me under the bus, but she was like, Carly said you need to get some sleep. He ain't like it. Yo, and cuss me out all loud and everything. And I'm like, yeah, I told your wife that, bro. Like, look at you. Like, bro, look at you. Don't tell my wife that. I said what I said. I walked away. But we calmed that down. You know what I mean? We didn't get into anything. We just say our piece and we was good. You see what I'm saying? But every day, he was just different. He was telling the store, I'm the king around here. Not his, didn't normally act like that. So the day that he died, when I looked at the videotape, because, thank goodness I wasn't out there. And then I didn't want my son to see that. And it happened, and I was like I was fucked up. I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked. Like I felt it, and everyone was saying the same exact thing, that they felt something coming about, and they didn't want to be around him because he was just too reckless. And everybody would be around him for a couple minutes, like, I don't know, man. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on with him. We need to sit down and have one of our deep, detailed talks that we always had. And we didn't get a chance to have that conversation. And I wish we would have had that conversation that we normally had in between that time. Maybe he probably still would be here. You know what I mean? And I just think that bro was like, you know what, fuck it. And then when he was coming down there every day, I think he got to the point to where it's fuck it, man. You know what I mean? Motherfucker get me, man. Fuck it. But if anybody gonna get me, I'm gonna get got in my hood. Cause he was coming down every day. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then seeing people popping up, coming through the neighborhood that you never seen before. And basically what I'm saying, people, my bro was tired. That's what I'm saying. He was tired. And he was like, fuck it. And it might not look like that, but that be the mindset. And sometimes when a loved one get killed, and you like, damn, how that happened. Sometimes it's not because they was slipping. Man, you know a guy, someone who is infamously known for always having a certain thing on them in a moment that they not around with that shit on them, you're going to think something is wrong. And I mean, it was times he had something on him, but people was telling him, you got to watch yourself because it's cops or whatever. And I just think he was like, fuck it. I ain't going to have him on. You know what I mean? And for like maybe the last 2 days, he didn't have his strap on or his straps, because he always had two. He'd keep one on, one in the whip. But the last 2 days, he had both of them inside his whip. And when the guy came to walk him down, that was it. And he was ready to go, people. He's ready to go. The last thing he said that was relatable to him getting killed was like, man, shit, man, I ain't hiding for nobody. Motherfucker get me, they get me. He said that 2 days before he died. He said that Thursday, right after my birthday, and died that Saturday. And he's been buried I would say today is Wednesday, which would have been his 46th birthday. And the streets would tire you out. And we definitely know the side that the streets will retire you. Now, this part is where, you get done way before your time, or the streets run your ass up on out of here, or you go to prison. And these are the things that we have to always take in mind when it comes to the streets. Now you have this side to where you doing so much, same thing as before, and either the cops get you, either Letterman get you, or them boys get you. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of that has happened to where the streets retired a lot of people because they was out there, they was doing a little too much, and they dealings came the way that they came. It's a sad reality, especially when we have loved ones who's out there in the streets. But what I want to talk about as far as this situation is the conversation that I had with his woman, with his wife. And like I said moments ago, a lot of things you don't know, about what went on in his past. So she said that she feels somewhat guilty with him out there on the streets, period. You know what I mean? She said that to me in our conversation. She was like, I take part in that, and I accept my guilt in that because he his lady, she come from money. You know what I'm saying? She come from money, and she knows how to make money. And not that bro was broke, because bro got at $1. He wasn't like one of those guys who was out there, the type of guys that's out there. You see him out in the streets, you see him selling, but they always broke. Nah, he wasn't that type of person. He wasn't broke, but I can understand where she's coming from, and she said, she said that she made him feel that he needed to have a lot of money for it. So, I told her, I said, well, I don't know why he would think that, because y'all been together the whole time. And it wasn't like she was, taking care of him. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. Like, he was a sit on his ass guy, and don't work or not looking for any work or anything like that. Or, only making a couple of dollars. It wasn't like he was getting a pack from somebody. And I'm talking about a little small ass pack, like a 180 pack. And yeah, I mean, he could take 60 and bring back 120. No, he wasn't one of those type of guys. He was making his money. He made money, but where she's coming from, he feel as though he had money, but she got money. She got some money. You understand what I'm saying? Like, she don't have to want for nothing, basically. She don't have to work for anybody. So, he felt as though that, I guess that he needed to get, his street money up like that, or Even though she a woman and she can take care of herself, he a man, and no matter if he got a woman who could buy her own Rolex and don't need him to buy her a Rolex, he gonna buy one anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So she said, she kind of feel guilty about that. You know, that kept his desire for wanting to be in the streets and chasing at the dollar. So, I told her, I said, no, you can't blame yourself for that because he knew. You see what I'm saying? And the sad thing, she said to me, people, she was like, with him dying, she said her life changed in an instant, you know. And listen to what I said. And I'm gonna repeat that part again before I go any further. She said, my life changed in an instant. They didn't have any children together. He had his own children. She had her own children. Their children are grown. But she was like, she's 47 years old. They've been together for 10 years. And she said, my life changed in an instant because I'm 47 years old and I never thought that I would, have to go out looking for love again. And she also said that she know for a fact that she would never run into a man or meet a man that loved her the way that he did. You know what I mean? What's up, DS? And we sitting here talking, and I knew exactly where she was coming from. Now she wasn't aware of how much I knew about how he cared about her. You see what I'm saying? And I told her, I said, that man loved you unconditionally. And I said he was crazy about you. And she asked me, she said, he told you that? And I'm like, he used to talk about you all the time. Like whenever me and bro would get together, he'd talk about his wife. He really loved her. I never seen him love anyone like he loved his widow. And like I said, we've been bros for 30 something years. So I known him married since he was 15, 16 years old. You see what I'm saying? And yeah, I seen that man in love before a couple times, but he ain't loved no woman like he loved her. And I let her know that. I said, yeah, he really did. She was like, yeah, we argue a lot, but it was out of love. And I'm like, well, that's what two people who have the same equal passion and love for each other do sometimes. They're going to clash like that, but y'all really want the best. She was like, she begged him not to come down to the neighborhood, you know, and he wouldn't listen. Everyone was telling him this. His blood brothers, his other brothers, like, yo, like, you don't need to come down here. And not because we was more so worried about what happened to him. We knew that was a possibility, but we also was worrying about what he may have done to somebody. You know what I mean? So, man, her talking and it's I mean, think about that. You've been with someone for so many years and you lose that person. They die, no matter how they die. And you know for a fact that you would never love or meet and love another man or woman again like that certain someone that your soulmate. And that's when you know that you met your soulmate. Because if you didn't notice why your soulmate was there, when you don't want to love anyone else, don't want to try to get into another relationship. I mean, you cut completely off outside of conversation. You know you was with a person that you know you would never get that type of love or meet that type of man or woman again. You know it, you feel it. You might not even have to think it because it's not in your mind to think about, well, I lost him or I lost her. Let me just take a break and maybe I try to catch a friend. That shit don't even cross your mind. That's when you know you had someone in your life that you would never find. There's no one on this planet that exists that's going to love you that way that certain man or woman love you. And I understood that in the conversation that me and sis had about bro. And I wasn't surprised because I knew. And you know, her whole thing is what's she gonna do now? You know, he was a protector. You know, he was everything. And, you know, she's such a nice person, and you know, she can easily somewhat be taken advantage of because she's a giving person. You know, and so I know she feel lost. But the streets, that's what it's going to do to you people. It's either going to retire you or you're going to get tired of it. But going back to the streets tiring you out, or when you finally get tired. Now, when you get tired of the streets, when you finally get tired of the streets, did you get tired soon enough? Did you get tired at the right time? Because you can get tired of the streets and say, I don't want no more. But then something comes to haunt you. And it's a sad reality, but that's the mindset. This is what the streets do to you. And this is what the fuck people want to glorify. Yeah. This is what people want to glorify. I mean, this is something we do glorify in the cities, in the urban cities. The streets life, because that's what's there for us. It's not the only thing there, but you gotta go through so much to get around it. So you don't have to be a part of it. But this is what goes on, and this is what we glorify. And we glorify because this is the everyday norm. This is how you get your stripes. This is how you get your name. This is how you get your weight up. This is how you get put on. This is how you get whatever you want to get to. This is how you can be who you want to be in the streets. If you want that street life. And no matter how you want your reputation to be, but this is what we strive for. But do the streets strive to be those things for us? No. And the streets ain't got no feelings, so they definitely don't give a damn about us. So is it really about the streets, or is it about the people that's on the streets, that's in the streets, that you're trying to impress? Because you can't be trying to impress the streets. The concrete don't have eyes. The asphalt don't talk. The street light poles, they don't listen unless there's a microphone hooked up to it. So So who streets? Who are we trying to impress when we want to live the street life? I want my name to be in the streets. Well, where's the official streets Hall of Fame? So you can have your name and your prints engraved in it. The streets don't give a fuck. You really shouldn't give a damn about the streets either. Because like I said, either going to retire you or it's going to tire you out. You make up your mind and you decide what you want the streets to do. Retire you or tire you out. And you can't outlast the streets. Because once you're gone, guess what? The streets. The streets. I'm not talking about the people right now. But the streets is still going to be there. The people, they're going to come and go. People who know you and people who don't know you. So what is it all about? Why should we continue to worry about having a name in the streets? Why? Because this is the way you get known. Because you keep yourself inside. No one's going to know who you are. You're a female, ain't nobody going to know how sexy you are, how your body is, and things like that. Your name ain't going to get around because you're not outside. Same thing for the fellas. So everybody say, I want to go outside. I want people to know me. So it's about reputation. That's what the streets is about. Reputation. Because you're worrying about how people will respect you and so forth. That's what it's about. It ain't about the light poles, none of this shit. About reputation. You know, there's plenty ways to get a reputation, get a name for yourself without doing things that where you may have to cause harm to others. Things you can do without causing heartbreak. Heartbreak, backstabbing, blackballing, clickbait. There's so many other things that you can do to get a name for yourself, your reputation, because that's what we worrying about. That's what the streets is about, reputation. I want everybody to know me. Women, you want everybody to know you. Or should I say females? You want the streets to know you. So you choose to be for the streets. So you choose to have sex with multiple men at a high rate. Men had sex with multiple women at a high rate. Okay. Who gets it more? Is it the women that get the penis more, or is it men that get the pussy more? Well, men can't get none without women. So there's your answer to that. All right. So of course women. Now I mean, of course women. Because they got two thoughts in one, two wants in one. We just got one. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to sex appeal, things like that. Just, man, I want to fuck. I want to have sex with her. So I got to try to yell at her. To whereas with women, you know what I'm saying? They got two in one. You know what I mean? For one, you want them. For two, they got to say they want you. So they do the choosing because they either want you or you want them, on top of the fact that they might make your ass pay for it. And that's what it is. But besides that, what else is it? So women, this is how females, this is how you want to be known in the streets. You can't, men can't get it if you don't give it up. Unless they take it. I'm not talking about that shit. But shit, I understand. Well, it takes two to do that. But yeah, but guess what? Only one has to agree. You know who has to agree? Is the man. Well, I mean a woman. Because without her say so, her consent, it ain't gonna happen. So that's why when they want to be for the streets, I'm like, well, don't you know you have a vagina? So you should be very methodical and strategic about who you let inside of you. You understand what I'm saying? And females know if they gonna knock something down or not. And it don't take long for them to know that. They might play like that. Oh, they had to think on it for a while. No. Thing is just they decided to activate the iPhone. Let me stop playing. Let me let that old boy knock this down. You know what I'm saying? Let old boy knock this down. You know what I'm saying? Let me go get some dick. You know what I mean? But, man, I wouldn't want to be for the streets in that way. Men do it. No, actually, women do it. Because men can't do it without the women. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I get it. Just because a woman offers it to a man doesn't mean he has to take it. Yeah, I get that too. I get that. But come on now. What man, how many times you think in a lifetime that a man is going to say no to some sex, especially when it ain't no bullshit, we get into it because we know, a lot of women play games at times. But when they know it's straight up and down, they gonna get right to it. Come on, man, ain't gonna say no. The only way to say no, it got to be something wrong with you. And even most men with they nasty asses, they gonna do it anyway. So women, why would you want to be for the streets when everything has to enter you? So you think it's good to have 25 different dicks in a 3-block radius run up in you? And that's only a 3-block radius. 25. They ain't counting the other double blocks. Not just in your neighborhood, but in your section of the city. And then, what about everybody in the other parts of the city? Y'all think that shit is cool? Y'all think that's good? Y'all think that's a good name to have for the streets? I'm for the streets. So you want to be known for having a whole bunch of different dicks inside you. What the hell? You ain't for the streets, you for the sewer, baby. But people want this street life. This is what they want. Street credit is the only thing they give a fuck about excelling in. So when the females say they for the streets, that means that they for everybody that can come. I guess if you can get it hard, you can get it pounded. But we glorify this shit. This is what street life is about. Being for the streets, being for any and every motherfucker that got a penis. That's nasty. Come on. Oh, I done sucked over 250 dicks. What? In a lifetime? No, in a year. What? In a year? Not in a lifetime? How old are you? 22. Well, damn. Yeah, my name is so-so. You better ask about me. What? I don't think I want to ask about you. After you done told me you had 250 different penises in your mouth, I don't need to ask nobody. I mean, I get it, ask them how good I am, but no, I don't need to ask nobody nothing. If I'm going to ask them, do you know she had about 200 another something dicks in her fucking mouth? That's what I'm gonna ask. But that's going, that's having a name for the streets. I'm for the streets, street life. I want to know that I want to be known to be that bitch in the streets. What? A bitch? Why you want to be known as a bitch anyway? Oh man, we just flipped the word like how we did nigga. I didn't flip the word. I ain't flipped the word into the term of adornment. Nah, I ain't trying to hear that. You can't change the reality on what bitch is. It's a female dog. Oh, it makes sense. Stray dogs. What they do? They eat from anybody, have sex with anybody. Shit. Trained dogs do that too. So I guess that's what they mean, Zoom verse, when they say they for the streets. They want that street reputation, but they want to be known as that bitch. So you want to be known as a two-leg version of a four-legged female dog who don't have no conscience about who she mate with. That's why it says daddy's maybe, mama's baby. Oh, she knows her baby. She might not know who the daddy is, just like she might not be sure, just like the daddy ain't sure. But this is what they want to be known in the streets. Street life. I'm for the streets. I don't give a fuck what you say. I'm getting money. Ain't no money in this motherfucking world that you can give me if I was a female for me to go around it and just be known for the fucking streets. Oh, you think everybody's gonna look at you and be like, yeah, that's that girl right there? No, some people gonna look at you in disgust and like, ew, that bitch nasty. That's a nasty bitch. But you want to be known as that bitch. I don't think there's really anything a positive word that you can use with bitch. Now I get it when you really think about it. The word bitch is just really a female dog, but you know, animals, they not supposed to be so much respected, but you see what happens if you do something wrong to them. So I guess their respect level went up. Right? But man, I'm trying to tell y'all. Street life. This is what we want to be known for. This is what they want to be known for. They ain't a good name. Reputation, they weren't about what the people is saying about them. Well, I want people to be consistent and all say the same exact thing about me, but it's for a good reason. Not for some nasty ass shit. But I'm that bitch. I get in niggas' pockets. Then you got the young guns. And they level, their meaning for the streets is totally different. And he put themselves in position for the flames. You know what I mean? So you want to be known for a guy on the streets who always got somebody on his fucking ass trying to get you the fuck out of here. That's what you want to be known for? Street life? Yo, that's what you want to be known for. You want to be known for a motherfucker who can't walk down the street without looking over the motherfucking both sides of his motherfucking back. Really? Street life. You want to be known for that, huh? You want to be known for always being, shivery and shaking and nervous all the time. Because you done did some fucked up shit to somebody. Street life. That's the type of reputation you want to have. I don't want no reputation, man, of damn, he always got to look over his fucking back. That ain't a good reputation to have. Man, yeah, I know so-and-so and them across the street, but they got some shit in there. Yeah, I know I'm cool with them, but they got some shit in there. I know our families go way back. Our parents is basically God brothers and sisters and shit like that. But they got some shit in there. I'm going to get that. You a foul motherfucker. You shiesty as shit. Street life. That's the reputation you want to have for yourself. That's the street name you want to have for yourself. That's the street cred that you motherfucker, God damn it, set out to be. So you want to be known as a shiesty motherfucker that's known to fuck over people that's close to you. Take from people that is close to you. Want to be known for that shit? Street life. Yeah, I want my name to ring bells like that. Well, you the type of boy, you're good, you're a very likable guy, but every time somebody help you out or put you on something, you fuck them over. Street life. Yeah. For the streets. I want everybody to know my name. Yeah. I'm that boy Darnell. Know what I mean? Yeah, you can front me something and I'm going to fuck it up. So you want to be known for burning your bridges in the street. Street life, huh? That's what you want credit for, nigga? For burning your bridges. And you had nobody to run to when you need assistance in any sort of way. But that's what you want. That's what you want to be known for, young buck. Huh? Street life. I ain't playing games with nobody. Man, I ain't no punk, but I ain't trying to fight. Nigga, I just want to shoot. Yeah. That's the rep I want to know. I want to be known for. That's the name I want to have on the street. Street life. I want motherfuckers to know I'm going to bust this shit at any given time. Oh, that make people nervous. That make people kind of fear you. Street life. That's the rep you want. Because there's people that you make nervous and fear you. They might hurt you before someone got the heart to hurt you. Because they don't feel safe around you. They don't feel safe around you. A harmless person that is pushed to the point factor where they have to defend themselves will hurt you more than a motherfucker who's just a ruthless son of a bitch. Street life. Yeah, I want to be known in the streets for that shit. Being known for having somebody on your top because you just constantly doing fucked up shit. You want to be known on the streets for causing people uncomfortability. And you want to cause these people who never had the mindset to cause any physical harm to people. But you want to be known for a person that pushed that person to a point. To the first time they only grabbed a gun was to bust your ass with it. That's what you want to be known for. Street life. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about nothing else. I'm known in these streets. With streets ain't gonna pay your motherfucking life insurance when you die off. The streets don't have a 40K1 plan. The streets don't have a retirement plan for your ass. The streets don't have you nothing. Don't have nothing for you. The streets ain't gonna say hello. They gonna say goodbye. They might not say it verbally, but the streets gonna say goodbye to you. Cause either way they're gonna rid your ass by retiring your ass or tying your ass out. Oh, y'all following what I'm saying. Fuck these streets. Tell these youngins something. You want to be known in the streets for not taking care of your family. You out here, you making money. You getting at $1. Or you become a little rapper or something. Your family is fucked up. The family that fed you and struggled to feed your ass. They all fucked up. You living out in a mansion. Maybe a couple. Nice fancy condos. But your older sister that took care of your ass as a young girl because she was left to take on the duties as your mother for your mother because your mother either died off or she was strung out on drugs. But your sister made sure you was straight. She did all type of shit that made sure that little brother ate. Little sister 8. And some of them even did all type of shit. When the opportunity for a good enough job to make sure that she can look out for herself and her little young siblings because mommy and daddy ain't there. Some of them had to do some street shit that they didn't want to do to make sure your ass eat. But soon when you get on top, she fucking struggling. She in the fucking projects. Street life. You want to be known for that shit, you fucked up ass motherfucker? You out here getting it. And the folks that love you unconditionally, they having a hard time. And you won't even help them out. You ain't shit. But this is what goes on in the streets. Why can't we just simply say, hey, I want to make a name for myself in this world. In this world. Not in the streets of the world, but in this world. Meaning in life overall. Getting out there, scratching and surviving. And building your own business. Creating job opportunities for the less unfortunate. Getting out there and buying us some property so the gentrification won't be gentrification, but it would be re-renovating your neighborhood because you done bought us some shit before the gentrification stepped in and made some nice little shit real fair for the people in your neighborhood who grew up in a struggle like you. You don't get there and just say, I'm going to help you out. But then you motherfucker charging their ass up. No, you make it comfortable for them. I ain't saying you got to pay their fucking bills, but you make sure that you got some properties that you bought up, that you put together nice, that you just trying to help the next struggling family in the urban city live a little more comfortable, a little more affordable. You see what I'm saying? Street life, huh? Or having a reputation in the world. Because last time I checked, Malcolm X got it right and said, I don't want to be known in these streets. I want to be known in the world for making a difference and really trying and have done something for the people. That's the type of reputation and a name you should want. Not a name on the streets, but a name in the world for trying to do, things that a lot of people could no longer continue to do or just never tried to do. And that's to help your fellow folk to your left and your right. You gotta think about this, people. And before I go, your soulmate. Do you know your soulmate is your soulmate while in real time or after they're gone? You know when you have met someone in your life to as after they passed off, you never, ever seek or even wanted or tried to find love again. That speaks volumes. That says a whole lot about a person. And I'm going to end this on the conversation that I had with Bro's wife. And I understood exactly what she said. She was like, what I'm going to do, because I'm not trying to look for love all over again. I'm 47 and I would never find that kind of love, that kind of man again in my life. So I won't even try to seek it because I know it's not there, because that was that one for me. See, that's when you know someone is your soulmate. To when they gone, you never meet another me. But listen, yo, I'm gonna go ahead and let you night crooners, you night owls go. Hey man, it's your boy, Yoda Crush, aka Crush the Legend, also known as Mr. PSA, also known as the host with the most with the boxing talk. I ain't a content creator. I'm the motherfucking boxing goddamn MC. The host with the most. So yo, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe, like, share this content. Make sure if you have not been over to the website, www.t-w-t.com, get up on over there, check out the winning team. We doing a lot of things. We got a lot of things coming. We're just taking the talk on boxing and we just expanding it in so many ways because so many other conversations and so forth comes off the sport of boxing. So let's keep that in mind. Get over to the website, check it out. Also, make sure if you up at 6:30 a.m., check out the AM cleanup with the starting point guard G5 Gabe at 6:30 a.m. Central Time, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and 4:30 a.m. Pacific. And don't forget, it's going down tonight, Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, 8:30 Eastern Time, 5:30 Pacific. It's going to be a bar burner. The winning team, Southern T, the starting shooting guard, taking on everything boxing in a debate, which is going to be classic. Make sure y'all check it out. And it will take place on Knockout Boxing 86 TV. If you already subscribed to Brother Knockout, make sure you be there. Put that notify button on. And then if you're not subscribed to the brother, get on over there. He just started something great in the YouTube boxing world. We need a lot of little new things going on. So this is just something new to add on to other original great platforms that have been coming on and that has been put together by some of our favorite and most beloved content creators. So I'm loving this boxing debate series officially taking off this week. I missed the first one, and then we have I don't know if it came up yet, but we have TWT's own OTB. He's going against the grave digger. Hey, shout out to OTB. He say, listen, I know the grave digger, you know, BFTB, he know his shit, but I Mr. Motherfucker talk that science. Classes in section, OTB. So it's going down. But man, it's going to be a bar burning. And I think that's, I forgot what day that is, but don't forget, Thursday, also on Knockouts Boxing 86 TV, there's going to be another debate. And I think it's a Star Knockout. I think Knockout and, I forgot who's Knockout going at it with. Damn. I'm so bad with it right now. Who is Knockout going at it with? I forgot who he's going at it with, but Knockout doing his thing Thursday. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. So new series, new platform, new original show on YouTube, brought to you by Knockout 86 TV, Knockout Boxing 86 TV, a good brother of ours, putting together this great debate of boxing with the boxing minds, and we gonna find out who is the baddest man on the planet when it comes to speaking this boxing content. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that's my plug for the end of the show. This is the almighty Yoda Crush the Legend, aka Mr. Peace, PSA, aka the host with the most when it comes to talking boxing, and I will see you guys in a few hours. Yes, DS, Skinny and Everything Boxing are going at it at 7:30 today. And damn, Knockout is going at it with damn, he got a good one too. He's going at it with Right Side. So Knockout and Dub Right Side is going at it Thursday, and T and Mr. Everything Boxing they going at it in a few hours. Knockout's taking on Right Side. Knockout's taking on Right Side. So this is lovely. I will be pushing it out, promoting it, being the wingman for the brothers. You know how I do. I've been invited, but I don't have anybody that I have in my mind that I wanted to be. But if someone calls me out, then I will get to it and we will have some fun. Know what I mean? But I'm gonna go ahead, man. Y'all getting me through my work shift. I got a little under 2 hours to go, so I'm pretty good. But I hope y'all enjoyed this talk. Really needed that. I wanted to get that off some because losing a brother and then talking to his wife about it and just having that on my mind, period, because I just tried to really figure out and understand for years what is the addiction with wanting street credit and having a street name, and it does nothing but leave you in the streets, and I just think people should strive to be more of a positive figure than a negative figure, because a lot of people that are looked up to, they're not really good people. I mean, just look at thank you, Diaz, bro. Thank you, man. I just gotta start doing them more. But yeah, what can I say? It is what it is. But also, man, I'm gonna hold y'all down. Let's go a little more. But to get on some quick boxing talk. So Regis Prograis and Jose Zepeda. Regis Prograis gets the fight for a title. That's gonna be a good fight. Can't wait for the announcement, the date, and the location. But that damn should be a good fight. I want Regis to win, but I don't think he's gonna go in there and play around and take Zepeda for granted. But I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure he's gonna come in ready. But I'm happy for him that he finally gets the shot at a title. I didn't really get to talk about Antoine Russell and his fight against Bartholomew. So I give you guys that's here my little bit on that. I had to go back and watch the first 3 rounds because when I finally got back in the house Saturday, it was in the 4th round. So I seen the last 2 rounds of the fight. So the stoppage was a little too soon for me. Yeah, that's gonna be a hell of a fight, Rigoro and Zepeda. But the stoppage was a little too soon for me. The ref could have had let it go a little longer, but I'm gonna be honest with y'all. And I know y'all heard me talking good about Antoine Russell, and I've been talking about he's probably the beast of all beasts at 140 pounds. Now, yeah, I did say that, but I also have to be honest with what I seen this past Saturday. And what I seen in the fight against Bartholomew, uh, he looked a little sloppy. He looked sloppy. His defense. I'm pretty sure his defense is better than that. But he got hit with some shots that he shouldn't have got hit with. And that can be not so of a good thing, especially if he doesn't tighten up on that. And as much as I give this guy his credit on his power and everything, his boxing ability and his IQ and all that, it kind of you don't see it if he's fighting that way. You know what I mean? So he needs to tighten up on his defense. So I'm glad that he got the. I'm happy for Antoine Russell getting the win, but I'm not. I don't approve of his defense. So it's going to have to tighten up on that. Start actually showing off his boxing toolbox that he has instead of just going in there and just running guys down and trying to knock them out. I think that's something that we need to hold the fighters accountable for when they know they got boxing skills. Because I'm tired of people saying, "Well, he got boxing skills, but he didn't have to use them because of his power or this that." No, use your shit. Because the moment you decide to use your shit, that's when the shit ain't gonna work for you. It's gonna get your ass whipped. So I think you should start doing that a little more, but definitely need to see more defense from Antoine Russell. I just think maybe because the passing of his dad and his brother, things like that. We'll see. But Danny Garcia, hey, I fucks with Danny Garcia. I like Danny. It's times I came down on Danny. Yeah, I did, and that's because at the time I came down hard on Danny, he deserved for me to come down hard on him. But yeah, I don't think it's underrated. I just think that it's not respected. It don't get the respect it should be. So I mean, I'm not saying you wrong for saying that you feel as though it's underrated, but I think it's under respected. You see what I'm saying? If anything, because he has a hell of a resume. Yeah, he has a hell of a resume, no matter, the losses or whatever. But Danny has a hell of a resume. He has one of the best chins I've seen in boxing. Um, he definitely has a hell of a chin. Um, I'm a fan of his chin. You know what I mean? He got a hell of a chin, man. Um, but he looked good in his fight. Moving around, uh, being a lot more busy. Punch output went up because he definitely threw more punches in this fight than he normally does. You see what I'm saying? That was good for him. A lot of people feel as though that he won fair at 154 for a long time. I don't know. We just got to see him again. I mean, he did look very comfortable, at 154 pounds, for the first time fighting at that weight. He looked very comfortable. He looked good in the weigh and everything. He looked good. He looked good. So I wouldn't just count Danny out of 154 just yet, people. But I think he got a hell of a chin. Yeah. But let's see. let's get him another fight at 154. Now I did hear something that they was basically saying that he was more so like experimenting with it, but we know Danny officially move up to 154. And my my son, my oldest son, he knows Danny, and he's tight with a lot of young guys that work at his gym. And when my son was talking about it, he came out and said, "Well, Dad, the reason why Danny looked so good at 154," he said, because Danny blows up big in between fights. And he was like, "Man, Danny should have been." Basically, my son was saying, you know, anyone that feels as though that Danny is a natural 140 guy, he was like, "No," you know what I mean? And my son known that Danny for years. You see what I'm saying? He's like, "No, Danny's, he blows up. So he's not as small as people think he is, as far as when it comes to weight and everything." I mean, so he was like, that's why he looked good. And I was thinking to myself, and I asked my son, I said, well, you think, because coming from 140 to 147, um, you think he waited a little too long to go up to 147? And my son was like, in a way, yeah, but then he was like, you know what? The time that he did go up to 147, was perfect for him, because look how nice and comfortable he looked at 154. And this is Danny Garcia after the Errol Spence fight. So, hey, we got to see who would be next. But I know Keefe Poo was talking about, yeah, I seen something about that too, DS. Lara, Keith Thurman and Lara. But I also heard that Keith Thurman said he wouldn't mind giving Danny a rematch, and they could do it at above 147, but not at 54, but at a catch weight. That's something I heard about Keith Thurman when it comes to get Danny Garcia. Keefy Poo. This dude, he I don't know what to say about this guy. But yeah, definitely Regis Prograis gets his shot. Um don't forget, we got, oh shit, September, we got a good month in September. We got Clarissa Savannah Marshall, and then we got the Shakur Stevenson card. Now I haven't really came out and spoke about this, but yeah, I heard about Shakur saying he would never fight Keyshawn Davis, and I'm gonna speak on that. I probably won't get into that now, because I want a few more of the fans be around, and they can also build on it too. But uh, gotta have the same energy towards Shakur Stevenson too. You know, because I mean, we coming down on, Bud saying he would never fight Sean Porter. We know the reason why it happened, because it was mandated. I think Shakur Stevenson should get that same energy too. Saying, he would never fight Keyshawn Davis for whatever his reason may be. You know what I mean? But it's nah, who knows? Who knows? But he's another guy. He should have been moved up in weight. I mean, so we shall see. But look, now I'm about to officially get up on out of here. It's 4:31 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm gonna try to take a little power nap real quick. Cause actually I got a funeral to get ready for when I get out of here. So listen, my family, I am officially zoning out. Once again, thanks for coming through. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. This is Yoda Wise Crush, also known as Crush the Legend, Mr. PSA. Shout out to Team TWT and everybody that funks with us. We funk with y'all. Don't forget, reminded y'all enough. I ain't doing repeat this time. Make sure y'all there in 2 hours to check out the AM cleanup with my man G5 Gabe. Also, you might get the pre-AM because T come through and drop something right before G5 with a quickie, with some quick facts early in the morning. So make sure y'all be there. Check out G5 6:30 a.m. for the morning, the AM cleanup. And once again, this Wednesday evening, people, is going down. TWT's own Southern T, the Marathon Man, Mr. Robin, the bookie. I be knowing shit before y'all. Going against, there he go talking that boxing again. Everything boxing. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel or go check out the website. And I'll see you people in about 2 hours or so. Peace.